Welcome to KioWare University, where we show you the ins and outs of using KioWare to its fullest potential. Our most secure product to date, KioWare OS, is a custom-built software designed from the ground up with the customer in mind. No prior experience with Linux is needed to deploy this, as kiosk and system functionality can be defined using our configuration tool program, making for an easy setup. Within the configuration tool, you'll also find convenient access to update your product to the latest version. It is lightweight enough to run on smaller devices such as the Raspberry Pi or Asus Tinkerboard, as well as larger x86 or 64 devices. In this video, we will break down the steps to a fully secured and autonomous Linux kiosk environment in our newly released KioWare OS for Linux product. A full installation guide can be found on our website, www.kioware.com. Note that generally speaking, KioWare OS completely overwrites the existing OS on the device. If the device is powered down while KioWare OS is running, then KioWare OS will start when the device boots. The simplest way to do this is to create an additional passcode that shuts down the device. To do this, go to the Configuration tool and then select Security tab. Select Exiting KioWare and then select the plus icon for the additional passcode setting. In the Edit Passcode window, enter a new passcode, once to set it and again to confirm it, and then select Shutdown in the Exit Action dropdown. Run KioWare OS browser and enter the new passcode on the exit window. The device will power down, and when powered up again, KioWare OS will load. You will likely want to restrict users to a certain subset of content when in the kiosk environment. This can be accomplished via ACLs or access control lists. To begin, let's set a start page URL in the General tab. Now navigate to Security and scroll down to the Access List section. Select Browsing Access List. In most cases, ACLs will be allow lists. That is to say, only the content listed is permissible and everything else is prohibited. As such, check the Set Allow List dial. If we were to leave this unchecked, then it would be quite the opposite. Only the content listed is blocked and everything else is permissible. For example, let's say we wanted to restrict our users to just pages on KioWare.com. In that case, we would first set our ACL to be an allow list. Then we would select the plus under domain entries to add a domain. In our case, the domain entry would be www.kioware.com. This value will not include protocols or specific pages. With Set Allow List unchecked, everything containing the domain www.kioware.com will be permissible. If we want to permit just specific pages on that domain but block everything else, we can enable Set Allow List, then add those pages to the page list. Keep in mind, all match cases are contains matches by default. If preferred, a regex match can be used instead. In comparison, scripting access and error page access are functionally identical. All rules are applied via allow list and can be applied to entire domains or individual pages. Scripting access gives the user the ability to define what domains and pages are permitted to use KioWare scripting. Protocol access list gives users the ability to define what protocols KioWare is permitted to execute. For reference, HTTP:// and HTTPS:// are permitted by default. This particular access list is simply a ledger of the permitted protocols. To avoid user data being preserved between sessions, KioWare can be configured to clear cache and cookie data on a regular basis. To start, select the Browser tab. Find the section labeled Browser Cache/Data. Verify that Clear Cache at Session End and Clear Cookies at Session End are both enabled. Sessions can be ended manually by users, but can also be ended based on inactivity. This would ensure cache and cookies are cleared regularly. To begin, navigate to the Attract/Inactivity tab. The default inactivity timer is set to 60 seconds. As such, after 60 seconds with no user input, the session ends and all data is cleared. Sessions can also be limited to a set amount of time, such that KioWare is constantly clearing data on a strict interval. When set to 0, this feature is disabled. You may want to block a certain key or set of keys on the keyboard. To accomplish this, navigate to the Keyboard Filtering tab. Select the plus next to blocked keys and add any keys and their optional modifiers. Now, when users press this key and/or hotkey, the action will be suppressed. KioWare OS for Linux includes a tab for accessing applications as well. Select the Applications tab. From here, you can launch the file browser, network manager, terminal, printer setup, and log viewer. Finally, to access the power down options from the configuration tool, simply select the ellipsis menu in the top right and select Shutdown. Thank you for watching KioWare University, where we show you the ins and outs of using KioWare to its fullest potential.